Hello everyone, I'm the Last Angry Geek, and welcome to my new show, You Know Who. Well, no, not you, me. I know, well, to you guys, I am you, but, well, when I'm done, you will also be you. Look, it's a clever soundbite, okay? Anyway, I'm a big fan of the science fiction show Doctor Who, and I've been casually reviewing it over the last few years when it hit me. I've got access to a website, I look good in a scarf, so what am I waiting for? We're going to take a look at Doctor Who, A Christmas Carol. Enjoy the show. The final episode of 2010 is, of course, the annual Christmas special, this year called Doctor Who, A Christmas Carol. So let's dive right in. We start with Captain Janeway aboard Voyager with special guest Geordi LaForge. Oh, wait. No, it's Amy and Rory's honeymoon, and their cosplay sex is interrupted by the ship crashing. So, of course, the Doctor comes to the rescue. We then jump down to a very strange planet. Lots of amazing technology, but a real old-fashioned sense of style, as everyone seems to have a Charles Dickens fetish. A familiar voice takes over the narration.
What you are looking at are memories. In this case, pertaining to one individual. This is perhaps the most important memory I've collected.
We then meet Kazran Sardik as a family begs him to let a woman out of some sort of vault for Christmas. He refuses, then receives a call about the crashing spaceship, but again refuses to help. As he ejects the family, a very familiar fellow drops out of the chimney.
Blimey, sorry, Christmas Eve on a rooftop, saw a chimney, my whole brain just went, what the hell?
Sardik is revealed to have a device that controls the ice clouds above the planet and is the only man who can move the clouds out of the way to save the crashing ship. Again, he refuses to help the Doctor and gets a cold to the head from the little boy. He almost slaps the boy, and the Doctor takes this to mean he isn't completely beyond hope. The Doctor confers with Amy but gets warned that there's a fish warning.
Fish?
We find out that there are fish who swim in the sky on this planet. The Doctor then gets a nice bit of inspiration on how to turn an evil man good on Christmas.
What is that? Is that singing?
A Christmas Carol.
A what?
A Christmas Carol.
A what?
A Christmas Carol!
Doctor?
Kazran is woken up by a video from his youth. In it, he's bullied and beaten by his wicked father. Kazran throws the Doctor out, who then pulls a move straight out of the Purple Rose of Cairo and arrives in Kazran's past.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm the Doctor. I'm your new babysitter.
Young Kazran and the Doctor then rig up the sonic screwdriver to draw fish into his bedroom. What could possibly... go wrong? Oh dear. The shark bursts through the door, but the Doctor is actually able to reach into its gullet and get back part of his sonic screwdriver to stun it. The shark is now dying, and to save it, Kazran and the Doctor head down to a vault to get a freezer. It's here Kazran's dad keeps humans as collateral for loans to their family, and we once again see the blonde in the box from earlier, Abigail Pettigrew. The shark revives and chases the duo until a beautiful voice starts singing. Abigail has awoken and her singing calms the shark.
It's not really the singing, of course.
Yes, it is.
Nah.
Fish love the singing, it's true.
Nah, the notes resonate in the ice crystals, causing a delta wave pattern in the vault. Ow! Fish bit me.
In the present, we see a painting of Abigail now hangs behind Kazran the Elder. The Doctor takes Kazran the Junior and Abigail up into the clouds to release the shark. From there, the trio begins to celebrate every Christmas Eve together, while Abigail's chamber begins to count down. Gee, there's no way that could be sinister. Eventually, Kazran grows up, and he and Abigail start holding hands and making goo-goo eyes at each other and so forth.
Lisa, please join my family for a weekend in the country. They'll be hunting, charades, and ever so many delightful romantic misunderstandings.
Until Abigail tells Kazran her secret, and Kazran tells the Doctor their Christmas Eves together are over. Back in the present, we see the portrait of Kazran's father has returned, signaling the Doctor's attempts to change Kazran's past have been less than successful. Kazran is then confronted by a hologram of Amy. Kazran reveals to Amy that Abigail has only one day left to live. Amy then takes Kazran up to their ship and shows him that the passengers are now singing in a vain attempt to stabilize the ship with the ice crystals. The Doctor and Kazran have a confrontation where Kazran lets out his bitterness over Abigail's fate.
And now you need to see the future.
Fine, do it, show me. Prove me wrong.
I am showing it to you. I'm showing it to you right now.
Except it's not the current Kazran who's seen the future, but his younger self. Kazran goes to strike him, but can't do it and finally breaks down, letting out all his bitterness.
I I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
See? All he needed to do was embrace his inner child. Sorry. But things have backfired as the now nice Kazran has changed too much. The machine no longer recognizes him and won't work. The Doctor then realizes he needs something that can calm the ice crystals and realizes only Abigail's voice can do that. Abigail is released and her singing begins to soothe the clouds as the ship begins its final descent. As she continues to sing, the clouds calm down and snow begins to fall, and Amy and Rory are saved. Reunited with his companions, the Doctor leaves the planet as one last time Abigail and Kazran go on a shark sleigh ride. Well, that's a Christmas Carol that I don't quite think Mr. Dickens could have envisioned. So, what worked and what didn't? Well, first off, I did find Matt Smith extremely funny in his role.
And you know what boys say in the face of danger?
What?
Mummy.
I've grown to really enjoy his Doctor, which I've heard some people say isn't really different enough from David Tennant's Doctor. But in my mind, whereas Tennant's Doctor, whom I love too, was very much a cool Doctor, Smith's is at heart an uncool nerd, which only plays up his outsider status. He's funny, but still has moments where he gets to play it straight. This was also Katherine Jenkins' first ever acting role. She's primarily a singer, and while not award-worthy, I felt she held her own with her on-screen cohorts. Most of the actors do a fine job, Michael Gambon especially, though I do find fault with his double role, in that I don't feel they played Kazran's father different enough. It was just Kazran with a beard, but we'll put that off on the script. And what about the script? I liked that it bucked the trend of the original Christmas Carol by not doing a straight-up retelling. That is to say, having 3 different people show Kazran in 3 different time periods. Rather, it just embraced the heart of that story, turning a bad man good, and went in that direction. Also, there were moments that could have been overly gooey and schmaltzy, but thankfully turned out sweet and tender. So where did A Christmas Carol fail? Well, in that way that all Doctor Who episodes set in the future of Earth seem to fail. Budgets. Because the future never seems to look like the future, but rather the past with a few gadgets tacked on. I know we're trying to invoke Charles Dickens, but honestly, you're telling me fashion has evolved into knit wool clothing? If you're calling this episode A Christmas Carol, chances are you're not going to have to ram home the point that this is based on A Christmas Carol. All that was missing was coal smudges on the children's faces. Also, fish? We couldn't come up with cool aliens, or at least slightly more alien fish, and somehow sharks and minnows were either brought to this planet or evolved on their own, and they fly? I didn't find this bad or good, just kind of confusing. Finally, where the hell are Amy and Rory? They're criminally wasted in this story, primarily acting as the Doctor's motivation for saving the ship, although I noticed that he never really needs motivation to save people in danger. Why couldn't he pick up a distress call and then all 3 go to work on Kazran? It's very much the Doctor's story and they have nothing to do. So there it is. The good and the bad of A Christmas Carol. But did the good outweigh the bad? Well, yes, I think so. In fact, I give Doctor Who A Christmas Carol 4 out of 5 TARDISes. I really enjoyed the story, even though Amy and Rory were shoved aside in favor of Kazran and Abigail. So thanks for joining me on You Know Who. I'll be back here when the new series starts in about 4 months. 4 months! Ah! Damn! Well, see you then.